The Nikki Clarke Show, transforming lives one story at a time. If you would like to be a guest or become a part of our live studio audience or even to become a sponsor, just go to www.nikkiClarkenetwork.com.
It's the Nikki Clarke Show, taped live at the White Elephant Restaurant and Bar, 366 Queen Street East. And how's everybody doing? Good. You look good, sound good, and spring is in the air. Doesn't that feel amazing to go out and you're not, layered in 3 different coats and hats and boots? It's warming up and it feels great, and I notice a shift going on, and I feel the love in the room. So thank you for being here. So much has been going on in the world, but before we get into anything, I want to ask you a question. What time is it? Hot Topics! That's right, it's time for Hot Topics, and joining me in the special Hot Topics seat is the lovely Alicia Cinnamon. Please welcome her to the show. So tell us a little bit what you do, Alicia.
So I am a singer-songwriter. I like to call myself an artivist. Basically, I use music to send positive messages. So right now I'm working on a few series of events. It's called Northern Queens, and where we highlight Canadian female R&B, mostly urban music singers, but we're trying to branch out and get a little bit of everything and just highlight that there's a lot of female talent that's out there, especially in our city, and we need to recognize that.
Absolutely. This city is rich with talent.
Absolutely.
And we have a shining example of the Northern Queens tonight on the show.
Absolutely.
Selah Genesis. I can't wait to hear her sing. And she's amazing.
She's actually going to be performing at our event May 9th, so stay tuned for her.
Yeah, how do people get in touch with you for tickets or to find out where it is?
You can find me anywhere online. Facebook, Alicia Cinnamon. Twitter, Cinnamon_Delight, DELITE. Same thing for Instagram, and also on YouTube, Real Alicia Cinnamon.
Awesome. And Alicia is the director of the show, so give her props for that. She's doing a great job. So a little bit of what's going on in the entertainment beat. What's going on with Ludacris and this baby mama drama?
From what because I've been following this story for a while, and it's
Ludacris, right?
Right,
the hip-hop
right,
artist?
the rapper. Okay, so from what we gather, what they tell us is that he's had a baby with a woman. A lot of these celebrities, they have break babies, where they go on a break and then they end up having a baby with another woman.
In the hospitality business?
And so, so pretty much what happened was he got another woman pregnant, and I guess to kind of cover his tracks, he decided to make his main girl happy by taking full custody of the child. So he took the child away from the mother, and he now has full custody, on top of the fact that he's asking for $2,000 in child support.
He's like mega millionaire.
He said he was bankrupt, so he couldn't pay her child support. But
really?
She's supposed to, I guess, twirl around the poles and pay him child support. So,
so she's twirling.
She's twirling
a lot now to cover that amount of money.
She's getting dizzy.
She's getting really dizzy. So what's happening? So they're going to go back to the courts?
So they're going back to court to see if, so he's already been awarded custody, which I think is kind of ridiculous because it's a young girl, and to take it away from its mother to be raised by another woman, like, it's just, and I feel like if you are going to take the full custody, then take the full responsibility. I don't know where this $2,000 is coming from. That's a bit much, but
okay.
Yeah.
I guess he's trying to make a point.
Pretty much, because I was talking about this with a few single fathers, and they were like kind of looking at him like the ambassador, and I'm like, it's not a man-woman thing. Like, it's not really about battle of the sexes. It's right and wrong. So,
What do you think about that? Do you think that that's a good decision? $2,000 a month? I see some men going.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, ladies.
My thought process was, even if it was Nicki Minaj, I wouldn't agree. Like, even if it was a woman, I know Halle Berry's husband's kind of trying to do the same thing to her.
Really?
It's not a man or a woman thing. It's just like,
it's a right or wrong thing.
It's just morals.
It's morals, another thing going on, another court issue, Pharrell Williams and Robin Thicke, they have to pay out over $7 million to Marvin Gaye's family.
Woo!
For, I kind of, for like the Blurred Lines song, they kind of stole it when I first heard the song, I'm like, oh, is that a mix with Marvin Gaye? Wait a second.
Yeah.
He's not even actually mentioned in the credits.
Not at all.
Yeah, that's his song. I grew up in that music. So, yeah, so they have to pay out $7 million to the Gaye family. The children are, awarded the money, and they're triumphant, and they felt that they have been lied to the whole time. Pharrell Williams claiming that, it's just, he was inspired, but yeah, it just a little bit too similar to the song. So yeah. That's interesting. Did you hear about Shad? Do you know the hip-hop artist Shad, Canadian artist? He was born in Ghana and his parents are from Rwanda. He's actually taking over the helm of Q, the CBC radio show that was...
give it up.
Yeah, I think he'd be great. And he's taking over for John Gomeshi, who was unceremoniously let go in the fall.
That's a very nice way to put it.
For some allegations that are still pending. Let's see what happens in the courts. But I think he'll be a really good fit. He's got a great sense of humor. He's brilliant. He's got a master's degree in business, and I think it'll be a really good tie-in with his music too.
I think so.
Excellent.
Good.
All right, so I have some news that I'd like to announce today. Can I get a drum roll, please? Because it's really special. Nobody knows. Awesome. I am writing another book. Woo! Thank you. So this book is going to be coming out hopefully by the fall, and it's called Transforming Lives One Story at a Time. And it's 30 powerful stories of success and empowerment, and I'm inviting 30 people to come along and join me in this anthology to write their story of inspiration and empowerment. So I'm just putting it out there to the universe. So this is going to happen, and I invite you to be part of this journey with me. Sound good? So if you want to be a part of it, you can hit me up on all the parts of social media that I'm on, and I'd love to connect with you. So that's my big announcement. I'm really happy about that.
Wow.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. There's a really a beautiful release when you're able to go to that place and share that story with people. It's a healing for yourself and a liberation, and then an education for people.
Absolutely.
Have you ever thought about writing a book?
I have. I started writing, and it's just continuing it. It's an autobiography, so I feel like every day I write new pages.
There's a new page in the chapters.
Yeah, it's really hard to condense it.
Yeah.
Very long book.
like Roots, like several.
Yeah, there you go.
Several volumes.
Yeah.
But that's an interesting thing.
Do some series, yeah.
All right, so we've got a great show for you. We've got success, empowerment, inspiration, all packed in one incredible show. So you don't want to go anywhere. We'll be right back. Nikki Clarke Show live here at the White Elephant. Don't go anywhere.
Woo.
Nikki Clarke Show, transforming lives one story at a time. If you would like to be a guest or become a part of our live studio audience, or even to become a sponsor, just go to www.nikkiclarkenetwork.com.
Welcome back. Anybody Sade lovers out there? She's my ultimate favorite. I have been girl crushing on her since the late 80s, and I like to sing one of my favorite songs, Sweetest Taboo. Is that okay?
Yeah.
All right. You got the biggest heart. Sometimes I think you're just too good for me. Every day is Christmas, and every night is New Year's Eve. Will you keep on loving me? Thank you. We'll be right back. Don't go.
Nikki Clarke Show, transforming lives one story at a time. If you would like to be a guest or become a part of our live studio audience or even to become a sponsor, just go to www.nikkiclarkenetwork.com.
Back, and we've got a really special segment for you with a really special lady. She is the founder of Two Lips Cosmetics. Please welcome Patricia Lynn Stokes to the show.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
Good. How are you, Nikki? Thanks for having me.
Oh yeah, more than welcome. And I like the spring colors you have. Doesn't it feel good?
Yes, it does.
Yeah,
it does. It feels spring.
It feels really amazing. And I'm really excited to, I think we're going to do a nail polish creation session. Is that right?
We sure are, yes.
And I'm all about nail polish because I like to switch it up every week and a different nail color.
Yes.
And now I know how to make it.
You're going to. At the end of this, yes.
At the end of this. So tell me a little bit about Two Lips Cosmetics. How did that come about?
How did it come about? Well, I was a full-time student. After quitting my government job of 7 years, I went back to school full-time. And I was in 2 bad accidents. So I was hit by a transport on the 401 highway. And 2 months later, I was hit by another transport. Not at fault, so I want everybody to know it wasn't my fault, and rode off another vehicle. So one of my friends said, Patty, why don't you take your childhood hobby and make it into a business? And I said, well, you can't really mix, you know, eyeshadow, which is how I started making nail polish when I was younger, taking my mom's eyeshadows and mixing it.
Now, how did you know how to do that?
I just was creative, right? Okay. And now that we have YouTube and I started researching, noticed that there is more than just me that had the same idea, right? So I researched how to get the ingredients and make it legally, and that's what I've done.
Okay.
Over the last few years.
Life-changing experiences for you. I mean, I can't imagine the trauma of what you went through, but you took that and made it something really incredibly positive. So how long have you been doing this company now?
Since 2013.
2013,
yes.
Okay, all right. So what makes your nail polish line unique from others?
The fact that you can make it yourself. So I started off just coming in and doing wine and cheese parties, and we would create a color based on what you're wearing, or maybe you had bought a nail polish and it was discontinued to match it up, and it's 3 free, so non-toxic formaldehyde, DBP, and Tolone, which is amazing, right?
Yeah, there's some people who are like very sensitive, so they can't wear nail polish. So you're saying that those sensitives would not even be affected by what you have here?
Yeah, okay. Hopefully not,
Hopefully not. All right, so can you walk through what we're going to be doing to make my own special color of nail polishes?
You're going to use this here. You're not.
Okay, so what do we have there?
This is your base, and we use it in it's in every nail polish really, but it's just clear.
Can I smell it?
Yeah. It's a little bit lighter than our regular nail polish because it being 3 free, so it's not as stinky.
Okay.
It's
not that stinky.
No, it's not that stinky. So you're going to pour it into your cup.
So how much?
And well, we're going to make 2 because we're going to do a little mini one for your purse that you can carry around for touch-ups.
Mini for the purse.
Yeah. So you're just going to pour to about here, and if you get it off, that's okay.
Okay. Got mini to about. You tell me when.
Okay.
How about that? Anticipation. You know the ketchup commercial? Okay. It's going in. Stop?
Nope, keep going.
Keep going?
Keep going.
Stop.
More. Nope, keep going. Keep
Stop.
going. Nope.
Keep going.
Okay, stop.
Okay.
If we need a little more, we can add a little bit more. But,
all right.
Okay, so then you're going to take these apart here.
And what you've got are a whole bunch of different hues of purple for me, which
Yes.
I really like about you. So which one are we going to
I
go
know that
for?
that's your favorite color.
It is my favorite color. We'll go for the top. Yeah, it's
Okay.
got a lavender kind of flourish that I like. So what do I do?
So you're going to use, now if you want a lot of scoops, you're going to use your bigger scooper. You want a little bit, you're going to put this, the little scooper. So you pick. You can put as much or as little as you want in there.
So if I put more, then it's brighter?
It could be darker, it could be lighter, but
Darker?
if you've made it too dark and you want it a little bit lighter, I've put some white in there so you can...
To tone it down?
Yeah, to tone it down a little
well,
bit.
I like flashy.
Okay.
Can you tell? So let's put in that much.
Okay.
Keep going?
Yep, you can keep going.
All right, I'm going to put 2 scoops. 2 scoops. All right, here we go.
Okay.
I've done that.
Okay. So what you're going to do now is you're going to mix it around. We're going to use the bottom part of your stir stick. You're just going to
Okay.
use that as a stir stick now.
So how did you come up with the measurements? You just like trial and error?
I took 7 months because of it being
I'm spilling it. Sorry,
non-toxic,
I'm messy.
that it doesn't chip and stuff. Yeah.
Okay, well, it's blending nicely, so
Yes.
there's no
And if-
lumps or anything. It's
Yeah.
just getting right in there.
And if you want to add sparkle to it, Nikki, because you're flashy, you have sparkles in your bottom one there, and you can use the little scooper if you want to add sparkles. If
All
not,
right.
then totally up to you.
Take out the bling. Take out the bling.
You want
for
to
me,
take out the
please.
bling?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
stirring, and you can just pull out the little flecks of shine there. Ooh, they're so pretty. So now what do I do? Just take the little mini scoop
Yeah.
and put some in?
And these aren't ordinary sparkles, so because they suspend in your nail polish, they're not
okay.
going to clump
So I just
up.
kind of
Yep.
sprinkle them on.
However many you want, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to try that many, and then, ooh, it looks beautiful. Want to see? Well, I'm going to spill it. But it's getting very, very, it's got a nice little swirl in it. Silvery swirl. Okay, I think we're about done.
You're about done. Okay, so what you're going to do now is, because we don't always see these in our nail polish, but they're there. They're these little steel balls that help mix the
Okay, so
nail
how
polish
many do
together.
I
So you're going to
in?
put 2 in the big one.
2 in the big one?
Yep. And 1 in the little one.
Duh. 1, 2. And then, all right.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to take out, and I'm just going to put it over here on the cloth so it doesn't leak through on our table.
Oh, I made a mess.
That's okay. That's all right. I have stuff there. So I'm going to do this because I have a,
You're a professional.
well, not that I have a really steady hand, but
Ah, look at that. Can we have some nail polish pouring music, Maestro? All right. Just to give it a little bit of ta-da.
and you're good because you actually poured just enough for this big bottle.
Yay,
so
I did it.
if we want to make a mini bottle, you can do that later, and same process.
I'm going to call this transformation. My new line. You like it? Make some noise for me, please. Encourage me. There we go.
Okay, so you're going to put your lid on.
Okay.
You're going to shake it up really well. Shake, shake, shake.
And that took, what, 3 minutes?
Maybe, yeah, and
3
you're going to
4 minutes?
label it.
And I'm going to label it. All right. I dubbed the transformation.
So you're going to start with your, wherever you want to put it, there.
Now, where do you get these labels? Just
I had them made by my graphic designer, has them printed at the, off the printer.
So
It has
if
all
I
your
want-
ingredients in there, yeah.
This and all the ingredients are here.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Ta-da! There you go. Done. Done. That's fantastic. So how would you go about getting a shade? Like, say you're going to something really special and you want your shoes to match your dress, and in particular you want your nails to match your shoes, right?
Yeah.
'Cause that's how people roll.
Yeah.
Like, how do you find that particular shade? Do you just go to like your eyeshadow colors, or where would you find it?
I order it from a distributor in BC, a supplier, and I have about 28 different colors of the colors.
Okay.
And then you can mix and match. So I've become pretty good at what colors go with what to get what kind of shade or tone that you want.
So people would just send you a picture and like.
Or I'll come to your house usually and
Oh,
you'll
you
just
do
show me.
consultations?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent. Okay. So where can people find you then?
They can find me on Facebook at Patricia Lynn Stokes. I am on Twitter at Tulips Cosmetics and Instagram at Tulips
Okay.
Cosmetics. Yeah.
What would you advise someone who's starting up a business, like fresh?
Fresh.
Yeah. What kind of advice would you give them about the business?
We'll register it. Get a really good logo and a design, and don't give up.
Yeah, I think that's key. Yeah. Okay. Words to wise, and I think you've got something really special for us.
Yep.
What do you have here?
So I've put it into a kit so you can make it at home, just kind of like what we've done here, but on a grander scale, and to give away.
And to give away. All right. So anybody here want to make some custom-made nail polish? All right. So we're gonna find out. Do you want to give a skill testing question?
No, she's already got her hand up here. So I'm like, there you go.
Patricia, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much for having me.
I really am going to enjoy my transformation.
Thanks.
Color. We'll be right back with some more good stuff.
Nikki Clarke Show, transforming lives one story at a time. If you would like to be a guest or become a part of our live studio audience or even to become a sponsor, just go to www.NikkiClarkeNetwork.com.
Sitting beside me now are the General Manager of Restoration 1, Eric Simtob, and the Manager for Kitchener Restoration 1, Aaron Pinto. Please welcome them to the show. Thanks so much for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, no, you're more than welcome. So you're styled in the Restoration 1 shirts and water damage experts. So can I share what happened to me the other day? Can we talk?
Let's definitely hear about it.
Remember that really cold snap about 2 weeks ago? Yeah. Well, actually, it's probably been a lot of cold snaps lately. I came home. It was a Saturday night. I came home and I was wiped out. I was supposed to go to a charity event that night, and something said just stay home and chill. It was a YouTube movie night. So I'm sitting I'm lying down in my bed watching the movie, and all of a sudden I hear this hissing sound coming from the bathroom. And guess what happened? The pipes burst. The water pipe, the hot water pipe burst. I saw vapors, and then I saw water gushing from my bathroom kitchen to the living room. Lots of it. So I went into problem-solving mode, and I figured out to turn the water valve off, and then I was mopping for the next hour, just cursing blue words under my breath until I got some help. But this is basically what you do. You come to people's rescue when they're in that situation. Luckily, I didn't have any damage because my apartment is tiled. You know, I didn't have like carpet or anything like that, so it was just an easy wipe. But had I not, I would have been really, really upset. So tell me some of the things that you do, some of the emergency restoration services you offer.
Well, usually as soon as someone has this type of situation, they don't know what to do. They're in a state of panic, and fortunately they call us a lot of the time, and we get out there quickly and pretty much take care of everything so that they don't have to worry about what to do. Okay. So we get there, we help stop the water, clean up the water, make sure that if anything's damaged that it's removed. So as soon as you get wet laminate flooring, wet carpet, wet underpad under the carpet, all of that needs to be removed because we want to make sure that there's no mold growth, which only takes 48 to 72 hours to begin. So we address that rapidly. We set up equipment to make sure that the environment's dried up properly, and that's the emergency state.
Okay. And people should report water damage immediately.
Of course. Very important to call a professional to take care of it, and especially if you have these type of wet situations like drywall. It sucks up water like a sponge. Right. We want to make sure that especially if it's dirty water, there's different types of water. So if it's a burst pipe, that's considered clean water, but we run into all types of situations, sewer backups. Ew. And you want to make sure that any of that is addressed properly, sanitized, dried up, and in case we tear stuff out, the next stage would be putting it back together to pre-damage conditions. So better than it ever was before.
Okay. What are some of the challenges that you faced on the job doing this? Eric?
Some of the challenges I think we encounter sometimes, we're dealing with a lot of contents. You know, people have things that are important and valuable to them that have gotten affected, and we have to try to figure out what we need to save and what can be thrown out. We have to sort of help the customer during that situation and figure out what to do with those contents. Some it just needs to be packed up and moved away in order to extract all the water and, you know, do the correct tear out and dry out necessary to stop mold growth.
Like, can you give me an example? Like, what if someone had like a really precious obviously, you know, a lot of old pictures and that, and albums are precious. They're sentimental. What if they're all wet? How do you restore that?
So we actually encountered a situation like that a couple of years ago where a basement got flooded and literally had 3 feet of water in the basement.
Oh my gosh, that would have been me the other night, yeah.
So after we pumped out all the water and started doing the dry out, we started pulling all the contents. There was a bunch of contents in this basement. And it belonged to the gentleman's elderly parents who have passed away recently. So he was sort of taking care of the house during that time, trying to figure out what to do with it. And in it, in the basement, were photo albums from his parents' wedding. So he was pretty upset about that and really wanted to restore those. So we actually have techniques where we can take pictures and documents, freeze dry them, and then completely restore them.
That's amazing.
But that's one of those things that we need that immediate response. So because he told us right away, as it was coming out, we were able to freeze it right away and then send it out and get it restored.
So it's really time sensitive to report this?
Yeah, absolutely.
So do people go through you directly or through insurance to get the restoration done?
So that's a great question. You know, a lot of people will tend to call their insurance companies first when they have a flood. The challenge is that then you're going through multiple layers. You're calling the insurance company, they're calling, you know, the adjuster, then the adjuster's calling out their contractor. So it can be a day or two before somebody actually shows up. If you call us directly, we're there within an hour. So it's a difference between a couple days or an hour. Needless to say, I'd rather have somebody there right away to address the issue. And then we would take care of dealing with their insurance company and their adjuster and all the negotiations and the billing and et cetera. So we kind of take away that responsibility from the homeowner and take care of it for them.
Okay, because they're going through enough stress, so it's
90% of the time, it's very rare to see a homeowner who's not in a state of shock. So as soon as we get there, they're still shooken up by the situation.
Yeah.
We help to calm them down, and as soon as they give us the authorization, we start to get to work, and they don't have to worry about anything. They contact their insurance company after to make sure that everything is covered, but we interface directly with the insurance company and we take care of everything without them having to worry. It's enough that they're dealing with the tough situation, we take care of the rest.
Yeah, they're dealing with the crisis, so you come in and help them through the way. So how long has this been around, this company?
So Restoration One started in Florida actually in 2007, and then 3 years ago we finally branched out into Canada. Now we have 12 branches in Southern Ontario open and operating, with another 3 scheduled to open this year. And we're looking right now for expansion in Vancouver and Calgary. So we're talking to some individuals who are looking to expand the brand out there as well.
And you've been busy. Yeah, there's a lot of work to do with you know, the cold, and now things are getting warmer. So yeah, there's a lot to do.
It's a business of weather transitions.
Weather transitions, yeah, that makes things really busy for you.
Especially drastic changes in temperature
I
are
can
most
just
problematic.
imagine.
So if you're going from -20 weather to 10 in a sudden drastic change, that's the worst. For homes aren't designed for that.
No, they're not. Yeah. And what are the best ways to prevent water damage in your home?
Any type of making sure that your plumbing is up to date. So if you do have an older home, having a plumber look at the plumbing and make sure that everything is up to date.
I would say also making sure the you know, the pipes are properly insulated. Generally, you don't always know this when you're moving in, but when you're doing renovations, I'll encounter this a lot where somebody's done an extensive renovation in their basement and they haven't put the plumbing, the supply lines, they put them on the cold side of the wall instead of the warm side of the wall, the insulation.
I don't even know what you're talking about, but that sounds like a plan. Okay.
And then of course the drains are a common issue with sewer backups, just having somebody every couple of years having a plumber come and check out the drain to make sure that there's no breaks or roots growing in it that would cause you to have a sewer backup.
Okay, so in my situation, I mean, I live in an older home, so it was just a matter of time.
It was, unfortunately, it just
and it was just, had to happen to me. Okay.
Also important to know where your shutoff valve is. A lot of people don't know, and then if a pipe bursts or they have water leaking in the house, they wouldn't know how to shut it off. So if you don't know and this happens, make sure to call a plumber, call Restoration One, we'd come out. But knowing where it is could help you at least stop the water from getting...
To minimize any kind of damage, and trauma. Okay, but tell me, how can people find you if they want to get more information, if they're in a situation where they need some
obviously our website at restoration1.ca, you can go on there and see all the different locations to find the one nearest you. We also recommend going on HomeStars and reading reviews from our previous customers to see what other people have said about us. Probably be the best 2 places to look.
Okay. Excellent. Well, I appreciate your time coming down and sharing this information. And how many people here have been through kind of water damage? Or, yeah, a couple. So yeah, it's you know what it's like. So this is really good information to share to at least prevent it if it were to happen again. And it's a great thing that you're out there. So thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much.
No, you're welcome. Thanks,
Thank
Eric.
you.
All right. Thank you very much, and we'll be right
Nikki
back.
Clarke Show, transforming lives one story at a time. If you would like to be a guest or become a part of our live studio audience, or even to become a sponsor, just go to www.NikkiClarkeNetwork.com.
Okay, welcome back to the Nikki Clarke Show. We're taped here live at the White Elephant, and sitting beside me is the owner and managing director of Market Start. Please welcome Michelle Lochan to the show. Oh, you look absolutely lovely. I like how you've coordinated everything.
Thank you.
Yeah, very nice, very nice. And you're a very, very busy woman. So I must, if I was wearing a hat, I would tip it to you for coordinating everything that you do. So the Market Start is an innovative business development service. Can you tell me a little bit about what that is?
Absolutely. Market Start is a business plan writing and business advising service for startups and not-for-profit organizations. And what we do is we work with entrepreneurs to develop their business plan to really make an impact and become self-employed, and for it to become a real source of income for them going forward, and to help them turn their vision to be a business owner into reality.
Okay.
Yes.
And sometimes writing a business plan can be a little daunting, not to mention really extensive. So you kind of help guide them through the whole process?
Absolutely.
Is there a template, or how would you set them up with that?
Well, there are many templates that that are out there, but the ones that are most effective to help people actually achieve sales are actually the more shorter ones. You know, some people have this impression that it's a 20-page business plan, 60 pages, but the ones that actually ask you to focus more on your expertise, on your knowledge, and are, you know, more concise, work better. So my service actually supports businesses either by writing business plans for them or guiding them through the actual business plan template that we have developed ourselves.
Okay,
Yeah.
excellent. Now, this is the part that I'm really appreciative of, you know, what you do, because you're a mother of 5 children.
Yes.
So you make it all work. How do you keep the juggling act going? How do you keep that working?
You know, it's been a learning curve, and ultimately what it's come down to is time management and personal management. I've found that in order to achieve the goals that I still wanted to achieve, regardless of having 5 children and being responsible for them and their upbringing, that being able to do it meant that I had to manage myself in a more efficient way. And so really learning how to budget my money, learning how to prepare meals and plan meals each week to save time, developing a work schedule each day that helps me to work and then be able to take care of my children and my family responsibilities was the key, and is still the key, to being able to manage all of this.
How old are your children?
The oldest is 17, 14, 12, and then I have 7-year-old twins.
Okay, boys,
Yeah.
girls?
4 girls and 1 boy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the twins are a boy and a girl.
Wow, so
Yeah.
you have a lot of eyes looking up to you.
I do.
And you're a powerful role model. But I can just imagine there must have been challenges too along the way.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. There were quite a few challenges, especially the breakdown of a 10-year marriage and propelling me or pushing me into the role as a single mother, changing my lifestyle completely. But, you know, the drive to succeed has always been there for me, and not accepting labels or terms that people like to give women when you're in those circumstances, or when you have to change your roles, or the comments, the negative comments that people like to kind of force on you. You know, being able to still stand up and knowing who I am and what I really have as a vision for my life was the driving force for me, as well as my faith.
Absolutely, and,
Yes.
and I'm sure your children are your whys to you know, fuel this passion you have
Absolutely.
for business and helping others achieve their business success. So that's amazing.
Thank you.
What are let's say 3 things that you would offer as advice for people in startup situations? How many people are starting their own businesses here, emerging? Okay, so there's a few in here that would love to get some of your pearls of wisdom. What would be the first thing to do as a startup?
The first thing I do, even when I'm working with a client, is besides building the trust between us so that they're comfortable, is really asking them to assess their finances and having a good grasp on where you stand personally financially. You know, so many entrepreneurs just think, I have this vision, I'm going to get a loan or a grant and just jump in, you know, jump on the train and just get this engine running. And really, they don't have an understanding of, you know, when that bubble doesn't work or pops, that grant application mentality pops, what am I going to do next? And they're likely to give up. But if you have a good understanding of your financial capacity, you know, what you owe, how much assets you have, what you have access to, your credit scores, and so on, you are in a better position to know really what level and where you can actually start your business and how to plan to make it grow from there. Okay. So that's one thing. The second thing, I think, is to really develop your network. You know, really tap into the people that you know. Don't underestimate the connections that you have through church, through sports associations, through your children's activities and so on. You know, really hone in on that and start to let people know what you're doing, because that really is a good referral for you. They have a good reference character, or a good reference of your character to pass on for your business.
Absolutely.
You know, and the third thing is also to really do an assessment of your personality. You know, I've come across so many entrepreneurs who get stuck. For example, their business is going well and they're starting to see, you know, build that momentum, and they really have that energy going for them. But then personal issues stop them. They can't deal, you know, they've been having challenges in a personal relationship, or they've been having challenges with their children. Those things will definitely come to the surface when you're starting a business. So ultimately, what I'm saying to an entrepreneur who's starting is really look at yourself and assess where you are, your situation, and know that you can plan to move yourself forward and really grow a dynamic business, no matter where you are.
Excellent. Great advice.
Thank you.
And I see how your network really determines your net worth.
Absolutely.
You know, it's who you surround yourself with that can, you know, elevate you and take you to the next level. So that's very important. But how long typically does a business plan take to put together?
It depends on you.
It depends. It really
does depend on you. You know, it is intimidating and it's daunting, as you had mentioned before, because it seems as though it's a lot of facts and numbers and research, and it is. But, you know, if you're really passionate about your business, you're going to want to make the effort. And in all honesty, I think a good business plan with a strong financial forecast could be written in 6 to 8 weeks.
Okay.
You know, with guidance, realistically, giving yourself time to research and then manage your life as well. You know, taking moments to realize, you know what, I need a break from this as well. All of that included, you're going to take about 6 to 8 weeks, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the business proposal is put together for people who are investors, banks, people who are looking to provide some money for you. Do you write a business proposal for a grant?
I recommend not-for-profit organizations, if that is your source of revenue, to absolutely write a business plan for that as well. You know, and business plans are not also only written for investors, but to help guide your actions, to help guide your personal resources, and to help you generate an income.
Okay, yes. Excellent. So what's upcoming for you?
Well, I've recently created an online business plan writing workshop. Okay. So entrepreneurs who may not be able to attend a course, who still might need some direction, I have an online workshop that is 6 weeks long that is guiding an entrepreneur through the business plan writing process, and also provides consulting with myself to really help you develop sales strategies and a strong business model to build on.
Okay,
yeah,
excellent.
So I'm really excited.
You know, this sounds like an amazing venture that you're in. And how long have you been doing this?
I've been doing this since 2007, and I've helped probably now 300 entrepreneurs in Toronto.
Wow.
Yeah, in the GTA.
Can you name a couple of companies that maybe we'd know that you've been the wind under their wings, so to speak?
Sure. Well, there's still maybe new. So there's a Rainbow Kisses Cosmetics. Yes, yeah, that's one of my clients. Meals Made in Heels is a new catering company. I've helped an organization called You Inspire Me Women. It's a networking and arts and business group for women.
I belong to that group on Facebook.
Wonderful. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So some other brands you might know might be, there's so many, I can hardly think of one right off the top of my head that's just as popular. But there's Me, My Health and I, a nutritional consulting and wellness firm. Tanning Escape Relaxation, a tanning salon in the Beaches area. Butterfly Kiss Lashes, a wonderful lash extension and aesthetic service. Who else is there? There's Cellcom Technologies in Scarborough.
Wow, fantastic.
Yeah, so we're changing the landscape of entrepreneurship in Toronto.
That is really amazing. Now, out of your children, do you see anyone like you? Do you see a personality that reminds you of you?
Business-wise, yes, I see a couple of them that are very entrepreneurial who really know how to hustle me for some money. Yeah.
That's where they start.
Yes, but they're all leaders. I have to say that they are all evolving in leaders. You know, their report cards and their parent-teacher conferences are always so positive. So that really encourages me after everything that we've been through. And so I know that they're survivors and they're all going to just do well. Yeah, they're resilient people. So I'm very grateful for that.
Fantastic.
Yes.
And that's a powerful testimony to you as a mother.
Thank you.
I want to thank you very much for being
Nikki.
here. You're
it's a pleasure.
amazing.
Thank you.
And if you have any updates, please come back on the show.
Thank you.
Love
I
to
appreciate
have
it.
you. All right,
Thank you.
Michelle Lochin. We'll be right back.
Nikki Clarke Show, transforming lives one story at a time. If you would like to be a guest or become a part of our live studio audience or even to become a sponsor, just go to www.NikkiClarkeNetwork.com.
Okay. Sitting beside me now is the Chief Inspirational Officer of Your Inspirational Journey Group Inc. Please welcome Anita Heidema to the show.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. I love the Tiffany blue that you're wearing. It's like
it's kind of my signature jacket these days. So
yeah.
I'm dying for the day that it's going to go away, and I'm like, no, I got to find something else.
Awesome. Now, so you are a success coach. Mm-hmm. First of all, define what a success coach is, and then how did you get into that road to becoming one?
Well, the name coach is out there so many places nowadays.
Yeah, everybody's a coach.
Yeah. So it depends on what you're looking for in life, and that's what I've grounded as a success coach. So really what I do is I take the mindsets of people and I add in the strategy, because I've got my hypnotherapy, my NLP, where I work with people to really understand what that is and their limiting beliefs on how to not spin their wheels and what to do to be able to bring themselves forth in their life and business.
Right.
But I also have the strategy because I've got the corporate background, I've got my Harvard business, so it's tying all that in, starting as a business and an entrepreneur or exceeding in your career, whatever that might be. So success really is defined by who really wants that. And I started years ago as a training myself as a coach because I was in the corporate world and they hired a coach for me. And I was moving up the ladder, and I had no idea what a coach was. When they hired one, I thought, I'm not playing baseball or basketball, because I had no clue. And it was the transformation that I took in moving to different areas within the company, and what I learned, that I went, wow, this is so powerful. Mm-hmm. So that's when I started to train myself as a coach, and then I brought on the hypnotherapy and the NLP as well.
How does hypnotherapy work?
It deals with the subconscious mind. So a lot of times we have the conscious and the subconscious mind, and what we do is the subconscious mind is 90% of our brain, and we don't always think about that. So it's, when you're driving your car and all of a sudden you get from A to B and you're thinking, how did I get there? It's that subconscious mind that's actually bringing you to that point. And a lot of times we don't hear those voices that are going on that are saying to us, oh, we can't do that. We were told as a kid, oh, we were dumb, or whatever that might be. And it's understanding that and listening to that and changing that mindset. It's huge. It really is huge.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're guided by many of these self-limiting beliefs. And how long typically does it take to change these rigid beliefs of yourself?
It depends on the person and how open they are.
Okay.
I've mentioned I've got some hypnotherapy meditation CDs that I have online that I offer, and a lot of times it's programming the subconscious mind and just realizing that and becoming aware of it. I always call it the gremlins. It's the thing in the back of your head that it stops you from doing a lot of things.
Yeah.
And it really is becoming aware of it. Once you become aware of it, it's that step further. So some people, it could be days, and they can get over some of these, and other people, it can take a little bit longer.
And it's the common denominator is fear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That stops people from taking that leap.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I like this quote. I just want to read it. Something you wrote: "Instill an internal legacy to live life fully, and to your full potential to learn, experience, and love."
That's my mission statement.
That's your mission statement. I really like that.
Yeah.
That resonated really amazing with me. And you are an author. You're the author of Vitality Knocks. So this is the book here. So what does that entail?
Well, I first started the book, you know, when you start your business plan, you pick a target market. And my ideal client was Vitality. So that's where the name Vitality came. So it's a fictional story about a girl named Vitality and her life lessons. So it talks about the knocks on the door that she's experiencing through life.
Is it based on some of your
Well, some things, and some I picked, and some I've made up. It's a fictional story,
Okay.
But there's a life lesson in each chapter. So there's 11 chapters, and really the way I see it is that each person reads a chapter a night, and then they look back on how they gain wisdom in their life, or maybe they, you know, sometimes you go through life and you keep doing the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
It kind of brings that awareness to you, and you think about it. So I always ask us to do it at night, so when you go to sleep, you think about that, right? And things come to you in the evening and the rest of it. So it's a fictional story, 11 short stories, so it's a simple read. I was in that book club where, you know, you go back to the book 3 days later and you're like, oh, where was I again? You know, you don't remember. So it's an easy read, but it's a learning lesson.
Okay.
That you get from it.
All right. And you have copies for us here tonight.
I've got copies here.
So if anybody wants to, this looks like a great book. How about that? Yeah, make some noise for Vitality Knocks. Now, it's available here, but if people want to get it online,
so it actually came out in December, and it became Amazon bestseller in December, which was really exciting. Yeah, thanks. It's available online through my publisher, through my website, www.yijgroup.com, which stands for Your Inspirational Journeys, and Barnes & Noble. I was at Chapters doing signings just last week, so
that's
all
awesome.
over.
Okay. Why did you write the book? You know?
I don't know, actually. People keep on asking me that, and it's one of those things. So when I go to sleep at night, I have these odd things that come to me, and I write them down. And it came to me to write this book, and it ties sort of in with what I'm finding with my experiences in coaching clients. A lot of times there's life lessons in there that they're not remembering, or they keep doing things over and over again, and with the hypnotherapy. So to write a fictional book about my target market client, you know, this picture actually was from a retreat I did in Greece. I love taking pictures of doors, so I took a picture of the door, and it all just kind of came to. It took me about a year and a half.
Knocking the door. I see the time. Yeah.
So the last chapter was my experience from the Camino Trail. So a lot of my experiences, I tie in travel. Right. And I did one in Greece, as I mentioned, brought down a group of people. We did goal setting workshops, and then when they come back, it's coaching them to keep on track. Last year I did the Camino Trail. So it was the learning lessons from the Camino Trail in Spain, which is a hike of the way. Martin Sheen has done a movie on it. I think Shirley MacLaine's written books. So it's real a big thing out there that people go on. So my last experience was sort of that. So I was kind of waiting for that. The learning from that to be able to release the book. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Do you find like when you travel, there's like a release? Something just opens up. I find when I go away, even if it's like a day trip, I come back and my creativity is sharp. You know, I just needed that. Does that happen to you when you travel?
Well, that's why I call it the getaway to find your way. I love that feeling.
Getaway to find your way.
Yeah, that's a line I use.
A lot of nodding here in the audience. Yeah.
I remember the first experience. I always wanted to go to Paris, and I remember laying there in the grass, looking up at the Eiffel Tower, and that adrenaline that goes through you. You know, you just love the feeling of it. And you know, the cultures, the people, what they eat, what they do, it just opens you up to like, you know what, I'm not that little person that lives in that town. There's so much more out there to learn and experience from. So
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It just really makes you a grounded person in being able to experience all that. Now you've got something called the 21-Day Journey to Success programs. Can you talk about that?
The 21-Day Journey to Success so online, if you go online, there's a free meditation CD, but there's also the 3 pillars to success. And when I left the corporate world and I started my own business, I found that was the foundation of everything. So when you start building your corporate world and you start building all the strategies in place, you need to have that foundation, that core, so that, you know, when life hits you in certain ways or things don't go exactly the way you want to, you have that strength and you understand yourself and what your direction is for your business. to be able to move forward. So it takes that 3 pillars to success, and it builds it over 21 days, because it takes 21 days to build good habits.
Really?
So,
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
21 days.
21 days to build good habits. So if you continue to do something, it's like brushing your teeth.
So every 3 weeks, basically, you can learn a new habit?
Well, you can, yeah.
Okay.
Or you can do a couple of them. So in this one, I have you working on 2 habits that's going to bring you towards your goals. But it's an online program that you sign on to. Now, there was a bronze, silver, gold, and platinum. The platinum is, this year we're going to Peru, so we're going to be hiking in Machu Picchu. So once you finish the program, we go through the journey of the travel to Machu Picchu to really open yourself to see exactly, to close off the program. The silver is St. Anne's Spa, so in June we go on to St. Anne's Spa. So there's always something tied to it, that sort of travel in the silver, in the gold and the platinum series.
Okay, so so incentives to work up to the to the grand hike in Peru. Now I wouldn't mind doing that.
Yeah,
that'd be really great. Do you have any llamas around there?
There's lots of llamas.
Lots of llamas. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, I'm really inspired by you. And where can people find you, or get the book, or learn more about your services?
So the business is YIJ Group, so www.yijgroup.com, so online, or you can find me in Facebook, Twitter. My, what do you call that, the handle? Is Journeys for You? Is that what it's called, the handle, the last word?
Yes.
And Instagram and all the rest of it. But the best thing is probably the website. And like I said, I've got the meditation CD, the Stress Buster, that's free. I've got some that are for sale as well that tie in the hypnotherapy. And there's also the 3 Pillars to Success, the audio that you can download for free to learn about the 3 pillars.
Okay. What I want to ask you before you go, do coaches need coaches?
Yeah, I've got a coach.
You've got a coach?
Yeah, I've got a coach. I work with her. She's out of the States. And there's always that mindset, and there's that awareness that you get yourself caught up with. So it's being aware of that and having that other person to sort of watch over. And the most successful people out there are ones that have coaches. You think of the top people out there, they have someone that gives them that guidance, that helps them to realize sometimes these things that come up and might stop you, or a direction in a different way, or just to be able to see it. Because if you look from a bird's eye view, when you're involved in something heads on, it's difficult to see, so you kind of have to see things from a bird's eye view. So,
excellent.
Yeah.
All right, Nita, it's been a pleasure.
Oh, it's so great. Thank you so much for having me on your show.
Okay. And have fun on your trip.
Okay, thank you.
Transforming lives one story at a time. If you would like to be a guest, or become a part of our live studio audience, or even to become a sponsor, just go to www.NikkiClarkeNetwork.com.
female beatboxers. That's fantastic. How long have you been doing that?
Beatboxing, I'd say maybe a few months. I've been playing around with it. Like, I've kind of known about it over the years, but I started playing around with it about 4 or 5 months ago.
Is it easy to learn?
I don't know. I think it came to me naturally, to tell you the truth. I remember as a child, my brother showing us the inside of a Red Lobster. How to do it. I was probably about 8 years old, but since then, no, I don't know. I think it's just something that's kind of been with me. I haven't really recognized it so much.
It's natural. Now, the song that you wrote is called Hey?
Yes.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's kind of, can I say, artists don't like to be compared, but I heard a little Jill Scott in there.
Oh,
it was like smooth like butter.
I'll take it. I'll take that comparison. That's awesome.
How would you describe the music that you have? Is it fusion of hip hop, R&B, or would you?
Mostly I'd say fusion of hip hop and R&B. That's where my roots come from. I'm a huge old school hip hop and 90s R&B fan, so I guess you amalgamate those together with a mashup of everything.
And you're a Northern Queen.
Yes.
Okay, so what is that event coming?
That is coming May 9th. It will be in downtown Toronto. I don't get all the exclusive tips, they let us know as things come up, but I'm looking very, very forward. It's going to be a great show.
I'm looking forward to being here too. And where can people find you, Selah Genesis?
You can find me on Facebook at Selah Genesis, SE''LAH, Genesis, or on Twitter, Selah_Genesis, same as Instagram, and I have a website, SelahGenesis.com.
Well, I'm a fan. You did great. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
The Nikki Clarke Show, transforming lives one story at a time. If you would like to be a guest or become a part of our live studio audience or even to become a sponsor, just go to www.NikkiClarkeNetwork.com.